You're unbelievable.
It's a shocking decision.
Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable, Jeff.
They're trying to re-referee the game. That's not what it's there for.
Jeff, you will not believe this.
Keep your flag down.
I told you!
No way.
I told you!
VAR, go away! Dave Bassett will not believe this.
It's a goal! It's a goal!
The crowd cannot believe it. What?
Oh! Miles over the line!
Boo! That's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic.
That isn't a penalty. I'm absolutely astounded.
You're
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Oh, that boo gets me. The boo gets me every time. Sag's boo gets me every time. Just before we move on to this, I've got to say, Andy, the text, the message coming in thinking fast. Not a lot of support for Gabby.
No. I mean, look, I'm sure deep down Gabs weren't really expecting too much sympathy coming his way, but...
No, he's getting, for want of a better expression, he's getting pulverised. Right, Sam's here for a bit of unbelievable
ref, where we debate the big controversial refereeing decisions from the weekend. I think this weekend there was one real big one which I think caused a lot of controversy. Southampton were denied their second Premier League victory of the season. Cameron Archer's tap-in was ruled out for offside and then 1-1 draw at Brighton. Archer scored, but when the goal was ruled out on field, the VAR confirmed the decision after a 4.5 minute check, deeming the offside Adam Armstrong had interfered as the ball flashed past him in the area. The PGMOL Match Centre said Armstrong was believed to be impacting Verbruggen's ability to play the ball. That is the biggest load of absolute nonsense I've ever read in my life. I'm sorry, that Armstrong was interfering with the goalkeeper. Of
course he was.
Is absolute. I'm sorry, I completely disagree. For me, just my opinion. I've watched the replay about 10 times before I've come in.
Been wrong.
Fraser, no, sure. When Ryan Fraser has that ball on the left-hand side, he's quite close into the box. He whips it in with real pace.
Yeah.
I promise you, Andy, I've watched the replay 10 times. If Armstrong is not there, I am 100% certain that Verbruggen isn't going to get anywhere near it.
But would Verbruggen have been in the same position if Armstrong wasn't there as he was when the ball was whipped in?
He's kind of relatively near the near post because Fraser's coming towards the goal. So I don't think his position changes because of Adam Armstrong in any way, shape or form. I genuinely don't think... In what way? Why?
It does change because if Adam Armstrong's not there...
He moves further to the left.
Right, then he adjusts his position. He'd be a fool not to. He would adjust his position to either intercept the cross from Ryan Fraser, to be in a better position to do that. No, in the position that you saw him in, he wasn't able to do that. But I think it's 100% offside, that call. And I was commentating on the game, and Jim Proudfoot, Jim and I were doing it, and we both said that absolutely Adam Armstrong has a little flick at the ball. And he absolutely impacts what Bart Verbruggen is doing.
But I don't believe for a single second that Bart Verbruggen can ever get anywhere near that ball in terms of coming out. He comes in with so much pace. That's impossible.
I messaged Aids, right? I was going to my boys' game at the weekend, and I heard... It was amazing.
Scotty Minto and
Dan Bent.
What do they say?
Benty.
The three of them.
Yeah.
Crookie.
And Crookie have said it's a goal.
Yeah, it should have been a goal.
Disgraceful decision.
It's never a goal. It's absolutely...
Why do you not think it's a goal?
For the exact same reasons
because
that Andy's given you.
Verbruggen might be 2 feet to his left-hand side.
Potentially. Now, Armstrong's offside. We're in agreement there, right?
Yeah, 100%. He's definitely offside. Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
I said to Andy, see if the ball comes over his head by about 10 feet and Archer comes in the back post and scores. Goal, I think. But he's affecting the game and he's affecting the goalkeeper, because you've got to remember, the goalkeeper does not know that he's offside.
Yeah, sure.
He certainly has a flick out at it, right? It might be a little one, but he's a flick out at it. So there, straight away, he's attempting to play the ball.
Yeah,
so he's offside. That in itself tells you he's offside.
Right, but Ali, their reason though, the PGMOL Match Centre tweeted that the reason why it was disallowed is he impacted Verbruggen's ability to play the ball,
Almost
saying therefore that Verbruggen wasn't able to come and collect it because Armstrong was in the way. And I think do you know what, guys? Yeah. I think it's more the reasoning.
The reason,
if they said it impacted the defender's ability to play the ball, then I'd almost understand it a bit more. But that ball comes in, it gets whipped in with his left foot with so much pace. It's such a good ball into the box, and there's quite a decent gap between Verbruggen and Armstrong. There is no way they can come and collect it.
I'll accept the wording's not good.
But that's the reason, Ali. They didn't mention Verbruggen might be more to his left-hand side if Armstrong's not there.
He's affecting the goalkeeper's positioning and his reaction to it. Of course he is. He's in an offside position, but the goalkeeper doesn't know he's offside. The goalkeeper doesn't know he's going to miss the ball.
I don't understand your point though. If the ball got played in higher into Archer, if the
centre forward is miles away from it and is not affecting it.
Yeah, don't forget, if the ball sails 10 foot over his head to a far post cross, then the goalkeeper immediately would react and adjust his position
I think the goal stands
accordingly.
But if Armstrong's still there, he's still then, by your logic, be in the same position where the ball goes.
No, he's not in the same position, Sam. He can't be. There's no way, but Verbruggen is going to stand closer to the near post. Yeah. If Adam Armstrong's not there, I heard Sam saying this yesterday, Sam Matterface, and he's right. If Adam Armstrong wasn't there, that goalie wouldn't have been in that position.
I think it plays out the exact same way. If Adam Armstrong is not there, and one thing I would also say, which kind of just adds insult to everything we've just seen. Firstly, the time it takes to get to the decision, right?
Yeah.
It took 4.5 minutes. It's an absolute thinker.
Well, not have a problem here.
And what was also a disgrace is the first thing they were looking at, which took them the majority of the time, is whether Archer was offside. So we're sitting there, because Archer could have been offside as well.
That's the first thing they have to do, but we could all see he wasn't offside. But they have to check it with the lines, mate. They do.
Sure, but the problem was, though, is that took 3.5 minutes to decide whether he was offside. They immediately then decided that Armstrong, who was clearly offside, was impacting play. So if they can clearly see Armstrong's offside and is impacting play, just say it's offside. Yeah. Because then almost whether Archer's onside or offside becomes absolutely irrelevant. I thought the whole thing was messy and a real shambles.
The time it takes.
I'm going to go to a call. Sorry to interrupt you guys. This is great. Nathan, very good morning. Southampton fan. I'm guessing you might have a different opinion, mate.
Well, yeah, I agree with you guys to a certain extent, but at the same time, the thing that really, really bugs me, one is the time that it took to get to that decision. Yes. But secondly, we played Arsenal last month. Martinelli sort of scored a goal which was a similar sort of thing where, another Arsenal player was interfering with play, and the goal was perfectly allowed to stand. So, from my point of view, I think it's really, really inconsistent. Which is the most frustrating thing, really.
Do you know what I'm with you, Nathan? I'll tell you right now. I think you've been. You've your team in particular and Wolves probably, I look at Wolves as well, have had some really, really tough calls against you, mate, and I genuinely and I really do sympathise with you, but on that occasion, Nathan, I thought the officials got it right.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's subjective, isn't it? And that's the problem. It's open to interpretation, and that's why you've got different VAR referees refereeing different games, and they come up with a different result all the time. Yeah. One thing that I will say, is that we are the masters of our own downfall, and trying to play out from the back all the time and conceding 8 goals from errors this season, is a different story in itself. So
great point, Jason. Listen, I'm going to go on. Thanks very much for your call. I'm going to take Nathan. Nathan's a Saints fan. Beg your pardon, I've got Jason. I just had Nathan here. I've got Jason, Saints fan. Good morning.
Morning, guys. Great show as normal.
Thank you very much, my friend. What did you think at the weekend? Very disappointed, I am guessing.
Yeah, I thought, to be honest with you, I agree with what Nathan was just saying. It seems with Southampton and teams down the lower leagues that obviously all these decisions go against us. If you're a top 6, would he have given the goal to Liverpool, Man United? Probably. As Nathan said, they gave a similar decision to Arsenal. Now, in my view, the ball came across. The defender also tried to cut the ball out in front of Armstrong, and Armstrong had already gone past him. Now, was the defender impeding the goalkeeper as well? So, there's so many different ways of looking at it. But, at the end of the day, Archer was onside, and it was a great goal. And we're just not getting the luck of the green at the moment. And you're a striker, Ali. You would have been very disappointed and very upset, I'm sure, like I was when I was a striker, if that goal would have been chalked off.
No doubt about it, Jason. I'd have been livid, and I've got to go to a break, sadly. But thanks very much for your call.
Thanks,
and
Jace.
you genuinely do have our sympathies. It's one, but Andy, you and I are singing from the same hymn sheet.
Well,
I just think it's offside because of
absolutely.
he attempts to vote for the ball.
I think everyone is brushing over too flippantly, in my opinion, about the goalkeeper, and that it wouldn't have affected him either way whether Armstrong was there. That is far too simplistic to say.
Yeah.
It would definitely have affected the goalkeeper's position. He wouldn't necessarily have been where he was at that time when Armstrong almost played that ball. He might have been in a better position. He might have, Sam, if Armstrong being in an offside position has definitely clearly impacted his ability to make that call.
Without doubt.
The wording on that explanation is a bit
wrong, isn't it? I think it's wrong.
Yeah, it is. It's wrong. It's open to opinion, but definitely that goalie, I think, absolutely has to be affected by Armstrong.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.